All right, I want to start by giving all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rekahakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles and teachers and wise men of great millstone that I learned this truth from. Through the spirit and power, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai. Salutations out there to the elect. All right, I want to do a quick lesson going into this video that I came across. It's going into that E. coli, outbreak that's linked to that story, which was about a person that ate a quarter pounder from Mickey D's, and they, got infected with that right there. Now they're calling it an outbreak, you see. Before I begin the lesson, let's start with this scripture right here in Ezekiel. Now this is the Lord speaking to Ezekiel and telling Ezekiel to be a sign to the Israelites that they would eat such things in their captivity. You see, because they refused to hearken and turn to the Lord. So before I play the video, I'm going to start in Ezekiel 4:9. It says right here, defiled bread. It says, take thou also unto thee wheat, barley, beans, lentils, and mittil, and fitchels, and put them in one vessel, and make thee bread thereof, according to the number of the days that thou shalt lie upon thy side. 390 days shalt thou eat thereof. You see, so the Lord was telling Ezekiel to, be a sign and be a sign to Israel, that they shall, do this. Which when they see him do that, they'll know that it came from the Lord, that they will eat defiled bread among the Gentiles. Let's keep reading. Verse 10, and thy meat which thou shalt eat shall be by weight, 20 shekels a day. From time to time thou shalt eat it. So from time to time, Israel, being in captivity, they're going to eat, abominable things, not knowing that they shouldn't. Well, some do know, but, being in captivity, that's the Lord, putting the curses on Israel. From time to time, they're going to eat what? Defiled things, such as, McDonald's, Taco Bell, and things, you see, because they refuse to turn back. They refuse to hearken. It says, thou shalt drink also water by measure, you see. When you go to the store, you buy water by measure, right? A gallon here, an ounce, a couple of ounces, different measures. The sixth part of a hin, from time to time thou shalt drink, you see. Drinking, different defiled drinks at these local stores, convenience stores and things, you see. Going into the curses, you see. And thou shalt eat it by as barley cakes. It says, thou shalt bake it with dung. Let's see. With dung that cometh out of man, you see, which is what, well, we all can know what that means. It says in their sight, you see, because he was supposed to be a sign unto Israel that they're going to eat defiled things in the land of their captivity. Now here's the feature scripture. It says, and the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whether I will drive them. See, so the Lord told Ezekiel to be a sign that Israel would eat and drink defiled things among the Gentiles, whether he will scatter them, you see. And this is no wonder that this happened, because it's defiled, through that location, you see. All right, let's play the video.
This morning, an American fast food icon fielding a deadly crisis.
If you're eating fast food, be careful out there.
The CDC confirming a fast-moving outbreak of E. coli tied to restaurant giant McDonald's. Adding among the nearly 50 customers sickened in 10 states, 10 have been hospitalized, including a child who's now developed kidney disease. The CDC adding an older person in Colorado has died. In most of the cases, the agency says customers report eating a widely advertised menu staple, the quarter pounder.
The hottest, juiciest quarter pounder yet.
Headlines of the outbreak spreading like wildfire on social media.
Do not eat McDonald's again until you see this.
Within hours, McDonald's USA President Joe Erlinger issuing this video, saying in part,
Because food safety is so important to me and everyone at McDonald's.
the company in a written statement adding, while the exact source of the outbreak remains under investigation, it may be linked to slivered onions used in the Quarter Pounder and sourced by a single supplier that serves 3 distribution centers. Promising swift and decisive action, McDonald's says it's removed the slivered onions and temporarily the Quarter Pounder itself from restaurants in the impacted area and other states. Former FDA Commissioner Scott Gottlieb points out the chain's practice is to cook patties at 170 degrees, 10 degrees hotter than it takes to kill E. coli, adding the company gets them from multiple beef suppliers, making contaminated meat a less likely scenario. How big of a crisis is this for McDonald's?
Significant, potentially significant.
Food industry writer Jonathan Mays credits McDonald's swift action, but notes impacts may be long-lasting.
There's going to be a lot of publicity about this. People are going to stop going to McDonald's.
So it's worth noting the CDC says these illnesses were reported between September 27th and October 11th, but the agency notes it's very possible more people have gotten sick since then, adding it can take up to 4 weeks to link individual cases to an ongoing outbreak. So that in mind, they recommend if you experience symptoms of E. coli, which can include diarrhea, vomiting, and a fever above 102, contact your local healthcare provider. Greg.
All right, Maggie Vespa for us there in Chicago. Maggie, thank you. We are joined now by Joe Erlinger. He is the president of McDonald's USA. Mr. Erlinger, good morning to you. Thanks for your time. Joe, for folks who might be watching or listening right now, they're thinking about going to McDonald's today, perhaps. How confident are you in telling them that they won't get sick?
Hi, Craig. Thanks so much for having me back. We are very confident that you can go to McDonald's and enjoy our classics. You know, we took swift action yesterday to remove the Quarter Pounder from our menu. This was swift and decisive action by us. And, you know, it is the Quarter Pounder and 2 ingredients on that Quarter Pounder that are under investigation by the CDC. So, you know, I want to say to our consumers that you can confidently go to McDonald's today.
And you mentioned the 2 ingredients that are under investigation right now. It sounds like it may be these slivered onions that you guys use on the Quarter Pounder. If onions are the culprit, Joe, do we know whether those onions are used exclusively at McDonald's, or is there a chance those onions could be at other restaurants, maybe even grocery stores?
You know, like I said, we're going to work closely with the CDC and work closely with our supplier. I don't want to speculate where those other products might have gone from this individual supplier. But again, what we've done at McDonald's is taken this swift and decisive action to address the issue that we have so that the public can be confident in McDonald's.
Presumably a company like McDonald's has fairly robust quality controls that are in place throughout the supply chain system there. Joe, in the simplest of terms, how did something like this happen?
Yeah, I mean, food safety is, you know, our top priority at McDonald's. The top priority in this building where I am at the McDonald's headquarters. It's the top priority in our nearly 14,000 McDonald's restaurants.
Yeah, but McDonald's is full of defiled things, such as a lot of these other restaurants out here. You see, you Israelites, you're in captivity. A lot of the food you eat, just about all of it is defiled. You see.
Across the U.S., and it's the top priority for our suppliers as well. This is something that we talk about as being everyone's business. And so while the investigation continues, and we'll get in, continue to get into the details of those investigations, I don't think that's what's important. What's important today is that we've taken the action to protect the American public and promote public health.
49 sick so far, 1 dead across 10 states. Do we expect those numbers to rise?
We'll rely upon the CDC, obviously, to do their investigations and to do their tracing. It is important to note that the onset dates for this disease are between, at this point, September 27th and October 11th. If there has been contaminated product within our supply chain, it's very likely worked itself through that supply chain already. But certainly we'll be working with the CDC and cooperating with them on the investigation, and we'll take in more data and let the science continue to lead our actions.
Really quickly here, Joe, price is up, of course, I believe somewhere roughly around 40% over the last 5 years. Really quickly here.
And we'll take in more data and let the science continue to lead our actions.
Really.
You heard what he said? It'll take in more data and let the science continue. They're using science. You see, they're experimenting on the people with these different foods. You can't trust these devils out here. You see.
Quickly here, Joe, price is up, of course, I believe somewhere roughly around 40% over the last 5 years. At McDonald's, you guys have been doing a whole lot of work to get folks to come back into your restaurants, using deals and whatnot. As you know, things like this can do a fair amount of reputational damage. As we sit here, how worried are you that this is going to keep folks from coming back to McDonald's in the long term?
Yeah, thanks, Craig, for this question. Our founder famously said, if you take care of our customers, the business will take care of itself. And so on a day like today, given the news we've had over the last 24 hours, that's really our focus. And, we're confident that we'll see our way through this and we'll restore confidence for the American consumer to come to McDonald's.
McDonald's President Joe Erlinger. Joe, thank you. Thank you so much. Good luck.
Hey, thanks for watching.
And you Israelites out there should never trust the devil. All right, I'll end the lesson here. All praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, by Shem Kakwadash. Shalom.